Bondo easier to work with. So for you guys that haven't made Rondo before, just mix in a little bit at a time until it's about the consistency of chocolate Jello pudding.
So if I put too much in, it'll make it too runny?
If you put too much in, it will be too runny.
Okay.
So start just a little bit at a time and mix it in. You always
so if I get it a little too runny, just add a little more Bondo?
Just add a little more Bondo. Just make sure you get yourself a 16-ounce cup. So something that's big enough to where you can add more or subtract more.
Okay.
Now, 16 ounces of Rondo is enough to do almost an entire helmet. It does not take that much to harden them.
That's good.
Alright, I'm going to show you. You see how that runs? It's about the consistency of Jello, how it's sticking to the dowel rod, but the extra's still running down. But as you can see on the dowel rod, quite a bit of that's still sticking. So it's just like Jello pudding before you put it in the refrigerator.
Your Skype is froze.
Sorry. Let me restart that Skype real quick. Is it working?
It's loading back up. Yeah, now it's working.
Alright. Alright, now we're going to add our hardener. Now, you have a choice with this. You can add just Bondo hardener, which is the red cream hardener, or you can add both. The liquid hardeners. This is your liquid hardener. This is for resin. This is your Bondo hardener. It's a cream. That's for the Bondo. You have to add this. You don't have to add this. I only add in the resin hardener to speed up the process.
Does it get warm?
Yes, and it gets extremely warm. Alright, now there's no real right or wrong to how much hardener to add. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I just kind of squirted some in there. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, I can see it.
Tip this down for you guys to see. I just kind of squirted some in there. And I'm going to squirt some. Oop, that one's not open. I'm going to squirt some hardener in there for the resin. Now, because I'm doing both of these, this is going to harden in about 15 to 20 minutes. So it has a very fast work time. When you're mixing this up, it will change colors to red, and then it'll continue to change colors as you're mixing to a pinkish color. The redder it is, the faster it's going to set.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how much hardener you put in there. So the redder it is, the faster it's going to set, and the faster you got to work with it.
Now, how long do you have to wear the aspirator after you get done?
Alright, it sets in about 20 minutes. A general rule of thumb is you want to wear the respirator in the area that you resin for at least 15 minutes after your material has completely set and hardened. Now, if you're working in an enclosed space, after your material has hardened, you're going to want to open up the doors around you just to kind of let those vapors get out. I'm going to add a little bit more because I want this to harden up fast.
So if it's warm weather, you should do it outside?
If it's warm weather, do it outside because the hotter it is, the faster this is going to cure. Bondo cures in a heat process, similar to smooth cast products. The heat is what actually hardens the material. So the warmer it is, the faster this will work. If you're outside on a hot day in the sun, this is going to cure really quick. And if you're inside on a cold day with 2 heaters running, it's going to cure pretty quick too. Alright, now I'm just pouring this in. As you're pouring, make sure that you are getting all the material out of your cup. As you can see, I'm scraping the sides. Make sure that I don't waste any material. Now, do not throw your cup away right now. Keep your cup on your workspace with your stick inside of it, so that it keeps that stick from rolling around and it keeps your cup from hardening to your garbage can.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to take this over so you guys can see what's going on inside. You see how that just kind of rolls around in there?
Yep.
That's all it is.
And you flush it around?
All you do is slush cast it. Now, I got my brush in my hands because at a point, there's not going to be any more Jell-O close together, and you're going to have to start brushing it to move it. And you see where the brim is? You see how I'm letting it go all the way down in there? And
yep.
I'm letting it collect until it piles up right here. That way I can make sure that my brim is covered all the way. So your Mark 6 helmets, your Mark 4 helmets, all of them with a big brim right there. You don't have to completely fill it, but let it overflow. That way you know you got all your walls with that Rondo. Now I'm taking it around, getting my ears. And you can see how it's still sticking to all the other surfaces in there. Rondo really likes paper. And we're just slush casting it around.
So you use the brush to get into all the little areas you can't slush cast?
Yes, sir. Alright. Now we're getting to the point where stuff's going to be falling out. So I'm just taking my brush and moving it where I want it to go. And that's it.